Right, the old lad there. And yeah, I mean, Kios, he loses that clutch, but he's actually a really interesting player to talk about. He's been in the Simon roster for some time, a Belgian player. And we even saw him back in the major circuit last year in Berlin with Simon, actually doing really well. They came second at the major main qualifier. They went through to the next stage. Didn't get much further, but, you know, for, young, plucky CIS underdog, doing pretty good, as they often do at those major events. Right now, both of these teams trying to get to one. And we're going to see who can get there in this round. It's Winstrike with an 8 WP in the third round
Look
of the game.
at Hobbit go, man. Look at him go. This guy has no fear. And you can tell even when you talk to him, he says they struggle with confidence, but I don't necessarily think he's going to be fitting into that category.
This is a major winner.
Every time I've seen him, if you look at the history, look at the tenure, this is a guy who should be confident and more. He's holding so deep in Palace that he is going to hear these nades get pulled, and he could end their whole careers right now. Hobbit walking in. Oh, and it's the desolation of smokes. Kriaz does get shut down. The bomb dropped.
I love this
Hobbit going to begin a second unexpected journey in towards the Palace side now. Norbert out with the Deagle. Bondic still back inside of the site. They try and wrap into Palace. They try and deal with the auto shotgun, and it's just going to get pulled away from them. Winstrike securing that second round.
That's so smart from Hobbit. So many players would just go for it there, right? And jump around the ramp and try and flank and clean up the round. Hobbit knows he can just win the round by staying alive. That player in the Palace is such a nuisance because it means Simon can't run back through T-spawn because Hobbit will just start chugging with this gun. And so Simon, they commit towards A. They walk into a stack. Bondic is sitting default, and Hobbit baits them into Palace, and Bondic gets a kill. Krisen goes wide with 2. It's just an easy affair for Winstrike. Really nice round. Not overplaying their hand in any way. Simon, oh dear, they might get made quick work of here. The shotgun, $900 a kill on this gun. The most money you can make off of a weapon other than a knife. So, Hobbit, he's looking for some bonus rounds.
About to get a little squeaky for him, and there are birds in the air. He's unable to hit all of them, though.
Few.
But sweet round there on the side of Winstrike, no matter what. Absolutely denies any sort of comfort level to be made there for Simon Gaming inside the A site. Good stuff all around. If you are joining us from Germany, I just want to say it is a nice day outside, at least where we are. It looks very nice, very sunny. A little chilly, though. How do you guys find the weather here in Germany?
It's been on and off. It was really hot for like a month, and then it got really cold, Trace. So
It really reminds me of home in that sense. Like, some days it will look hot, but it'll feel cold, and that's pretty cool. Like, that is Britain all over. Here's Elliot holding on to mid. He does have this AWP in play. And he's staring. Oh dear, this is scary, man. He looks like pretty ballsy to just not even move a muscle, not even flinching as the bullets ricochet right past him. Now he will have to leave the window eventually. Before he goes, he drops this little smoke down towards connector. Krisen trying to hold on to con side. Now it's short smoked, or naded rather, actually, from Mo. Yeah, Simon Gaming setting up for this con play. Kriaz Molotov'd out from lower. And this is a little bit awkward. There's like a bit of a 3-car pile up here in middle. Simon Gaming, they've had to just grind to a halt, and they're looking for these kills, but they're just not getting given over. Winstrike are very, very proficient at information gathering without losing a man. And now this little boost going into the window. In amongst all of that, Hobbit goes on an aggressive peek in through Con, but Kios does come in with the trade. It's still quickly put back in favor of Winstrike, courtesy of a man like Krisen. Kios has gotten very, very deep down the catwalk, and so Simon Gaming might try and use him as this lurk roll.
Oh,
that there
so
was the opportunity to like completely turn this round on its head and maybe force rotations. The fact that that kill doesn't come in, and in fact it goes in favor of Winstrike at the A side. There's a lot of problems here for Simon Gaming, but Norbert is a man with solutions to these problems, and Kios is going to go ahead and nail that shot the second time around. So actually, Simon Gaming, they do find their second round here and now in round number 5.
And Hugo, this was such a strange looking round too, because it was Simon Gaming. They get underneath the window. They're able to really hold on to this real estate for such a long time, just avoiding some Molotovs and nades. They try to get a boost going, but ultimately it's a noise showing there from the side of Winstrike in the connector. And The way it all played out, the way it all broke down, it's just really bizarre.
Yeah, Kios is so quick as well, so he certainly makes that hard for Simon or for Winstrike rather. Simon Gaming finding their second. I love that play from Hobbit. He was low and he wanted to rotate B, but he didn't want to risk it, so he jumps and hits his head on purpose on the frame of the door in the market. It shows his model, it forces a shot, but he doesn't die, he just escapes, and so it's a good way of getting info there. Doesn't matter though, Simon still win the round, but they do lose the first man in this one. Krisen back in the connector. Player and under, they weren't ready for that. Even though Neelan was looking towards it, Bondic still catches him off guard with a flashbang. Goes back in for a little bit more, but Kios, we know he's quick, we know he's ready, and he's waiting in middle. Norbert's found a kill in the meantime. Kios through a smoke goes down, and now Kriaz, smoked off in under, has a similar situation. He's going to walk through as it fades. Norbert coming in late from the T-spawn is going to go back towards the bomb. Kriaz looking for any kind of kill. If they can find a 2-on-2, they can split a site as a unit, but right now nothing presenting itself. Bondic about to get contact, but his teammate walks in. Krisen baits him in. They won't be ready for Bondic, but Kriaz has got the kill. Bondic needs to trade this one as he comes out through the connector, and there it is. Now it's the split for Norbert, but with him losing A, he may as well go catwalk. That kill provides it as well. Elian looking for the AWP shot, misses the timing, and Norbert gets into the B bomb site.
Yeah, now's the time for Norbert to show some brilliance here. He's going to get that bomb planted, and Elliot, on this rotation on round, going to try and get up over the ward short side, and actually he nails the jump first time, so now he's coming in from the catwalk, maybe a little bit faster than Norbert anticipates. He's hanging out over here on the bench side of sight, and Elliot starting to close the distance, starting to walk up through Cat. Norbert, he's positioned well for this. The timing on that reposition was perfect. And now he hears Elliot making noise. Norbert has all the information. And this round is dead to rights. Norbert nails it in the 1v1. It puts 3 kills on the board. It was actually a 1v2. I'm not even giving him enough credit there. 3 for Simon Gaming now arriving on the board. And the money for Winstrike, it's wrecked. Also, I know that we might have a pause here.
Nope, all back in action.
Nope.
Oh, we're good.
Norbert was
just
playing for Winstrike for a second.
just for a moment. I'm like, man, we've gone back in time. Norbert's back on Winstrike. Let's go.
Harry, you lied.
Also with a deagle or a revolver worth noting. That's our second in the game. Dear, oh dear.
So, revolver meta 2020, is it coming in as like the cheaper scout purchase?
It's not that good. We already saw its drawbacks. Its drawbacks are so big that you can't negate them. That okay, yes, it's situationally good, but it's also situationally awful.
Right, I want this R8 to just wreck everyone in this round. Come on,
it
Elliot.
is situationally good, but that's, you know, it removed already. And Neelan, he has no issue with ridding this round of the ecoing CTs. Winstrike, 1 by 1, begin to fall. And Krisen, he's still here on the ramp. It's been smoked. Simon haven't seen him. Hobbit is coming in on a long rotate, but they're watching for this window play, and he's going to walk right through it. Krisen giving it a go, giving it some consideration. But look at how Simon is set up in the jungle. Everyone together. The tradability is at an all-time high, and with missed shots for Krisen, he should die. He will. 4 rounds for Simon, back in the lead on their map pick.
Yeah, mind you, this is a playoff match here for the CIS region. We have boiled over to that part of the road to Rio, this being a quarterfinal. Well, we all know what comes after this, Harry and Hugo.
Would it be a semi-final?
That is indeed correct. Come on down, grab your prize. No, I'm kidding. But yes, you are onto something there. 3 to 4. Let's go into round number 8. It's going to be pistols for the side of Winstrike. But on your CT side right here, it does give you an opportunity, at least on Mirage, to get a little weird with it. So that's what they're going to do. They're going to try to pinch connector and mid in a strange sort of way. First of all, they're going to meet Neelan's AK. The Kalashnikov makes the first bit of contact, or noise even. And I'm pretty sure that Simon are a little weary of this. Yeah, late peak. So Krisen has come out with the first kill of the round. And a trade is coming through. Keeps us at 4-4.
Optimistic attempt from Krisen, but I like the drop into mid. He wanted the gun.
Full send.
Will get a bullet to the face.
Yes.
And also losing the 1 pistol Winstrike had in this round, the Deagle. So now it's just going to be a mid-crunch with the USPs and oosp. It is a quick one for Simon.
You mean, oof, they did it again.
They played with our heart.
Got lost in the game.
Oh, baby, baby. Well,
Oof. Okay, that's where that one ends.
careful. Next thing you know, Paula's tweeting.
Yeah, I've
this.
seen that. That's weird, but also cool.
Oh dear, Hobbit. If he gets his kill, that is rancid.
It's not fair.
Why is Mo peeking him? Oh, I guess there's always that little bit of connectivity.
They wanna have that fight. No, that's one of the things I like to, in that interview where Hobbit was talking about it, and he said, like, we're both in the same position. Like, we were both on the bench for a while. We were both just kind of getting hungry for the passion to be winning in CS again. And I think that's like a really good talking point with these two players. Because, with Gambit as a squad, after that major run, the results really did drop off, right? All those years ago. I say all those years ago, it's like 3 years ago, but that is quite a while when you think about it.
It is.
Even though it just feels like yesterday. And, well, Simon Gaming in the lead right now. Alien does have this AWP back in hand, but Nealon has removed it almost as quick as you like. Man advantage taken for Simon Gaming early on. In this round, Nealon trying to go aggressive down at Catwalk. Bondic looks to aggress through this smoke, and he does not fare well. However, Lackey will. He holds the line at Cat, but the rest of his team, they've been picked apart. It falls to him and Crizzen in a 2-on-4 to try and hold on. Now, they do regain some form of connector control, but it's quickly traded. Norbert proving to be a bit of a nuisance here on the Simon Gaming side. He's going to go back and retrieve that bomb. Lackey now left in this 1v3.
Yeah, and they pulled a shot out of him there, so ultimately his cover was blown, any cover that he did have. And I think that might just be enough for him to back away. He's going to go ahead and grab himself an op on his exit. So Lack is lacking what it needs to take this round.
Yeah, but also smart decision, right? Like not throwing away the AWP. You can throw that over to Elian in the next round, and Simon, yeah, they get 6. But this is their map pick, right? I'm at least expecting this to go all 3, because we've got 2, typically favored maps for either team on the picks. So Simon picking Mirage, Winstrike heading into Nuke.
I kind of want to do a little bit of a comparison here, right? Because yesterday we got to see Virtus Pro playing, and there was something along the lines of actually within the feel of that whole game is just kind of slow, a little bit tedious at times almost. What is the comparison between watching these two teams play and say like a Virtus Pro, if you will?
Oh man, well, so VP have like a very, very distinct style of play. It almost kind of, in my mind, it like links back to like a Zeus style of in-game leading, right? Where it's very, very methodical, it's very, very slow, and Simon Gaming, I think they're like a good example of a team. Or Winstrike, honestly, that represent like kind of the newer generation of CIS players. And these ones usually are a lot more explosive, right? Like their individual talent is incredible, and they try and use that to their advantage. That's not to say they're going to be going for like hyper-aggressive plays. They're no Fury. They don't have an art in this team. He's just going to be like barreling into the front line, finding advantages wherever he can. But you will see there's a lot more pace on these rounds. So we're going to go ahead and drop the X-ray for this one as we see these smokes flying on over. And we're going to try and watch this one from the perspective of Winstrike and how they would be responding to this. Kioz opening up through ramp. Lackey now back here on the triple box. The only man, you can see what he sees. It's really not a lot. He's staring into the wood, desperately hoping that he goes unchecked. Now, maybe there's a chance. I was going to say that he could get set up, but there's no utility for Winstrike. He is just stuck here, hoping that he goes unnoticed. He's going to have Bondic moving into position back in CT. They can at least trade off of one another. Elian's holding down this cross as well with the AWP, and for the time being, Simon Gaming, they've grinded to a halt. Now, are they going to check for Lackey? He has been patiently waiting at triple box all round long. Flash into CT, and Lackey tries to peek on the back of it. Now, Elian will at least dispatch of one, but it's not without their fair share of equalizers on the side of Simon Gaming. That round goes their way. And the best thing Elian can hope to do is hold on to this AWP.
And I'm thinking, and I could be wrong right here, Lackey's hanging out so long at that bomb box, or triple, by the way. He's just standing there, gun in the wall, doesn't know if they know he's there. Once he hears the bomb plant get tapped, he goes to swing on it. But the truth is, Norbert's holding him the entire time from Sandwich, so in combination with this Palace player, there was not a world where he was getting out of that situation.
Yeah, where Winstrike tuck in and go silent and don't give Simon any more contact, I think if anything that gives Simon like the knowledge, they go, well, this is like almost too good to be true. Why are they going silent? They must have someone in a good position or a flank, something like that, right? That's when you go silent on A-Site Mirage. If you have someone walking T-spawn, you know they're going to come in for contact, so you just wait. And so Simon, as soon as they get out A, as soon as they get that advantage in a 4-on-3, they just stop on the ramp. Typically, that's a problem, right? You see a lot of teams, you know, they don't cross from Tetris and they lose a round because of it, because they're just standing there getting peeked by jungle. But no, Simon had killed everyone on A apart from Lackey, and so they're just waiting for a re-peek. Holding towards CT, waiting for Bondic. Nothing gets given. The Orb's holding the cross from Catwalk, and then Simon just stick the plant, cover it, take the round. Nice stuff. This is looking like a good T side for Simon. 7-3 up on the T side right now, and Winstrike at least still have money. Utility a miss, but it's not really the end of the world as Elian saved his orb. He'll be able to pad the purchase. Hopefully buy a kit as well, because there is no kit on Winstrike and he has $5,000. Bit of a triggering going on here potentially.
Well, we're right back at it. Simon currently ahead 7-3. Hugo, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, like I said, pretty good T-side, right? This is a map that Simon should definitely be taking. Winstrike looks so good on Nuke right now. Like Harry said earlier, 16-0 unique. Elian bought a kit, which is good news. So yeah, I mean, it's all the setup to be a 3-map series and a competitive one at that, right? We're hoping Winstrike can maybe get some more rounds on the board here, but with the full rifles, that could be the answer. Neelan is ahead of the smoke inside a connector. They don't know, but Simon waiting outside of B right now, looking like they want to put the pressure on, force out utility to go there later in the round.
Oh no. Oh no. No one reacted. Neelan just walked in the back line and he's completely shut. What Elliot does, dispatch of one with the AWP. That was through the edge of connector, but Neelan's still on this wraparound and not one guy looked ready for it on the Winstrike side. That round completely falls apart for Winstrike and Simon Gaming. Okay, they don't have the bomb, which isn't ideal, but it doesn't matter, right? You're 3v1. Elian already isn't going for this. They are a bit paranoid. They're like, he's not on B. We don't really know where he is. He was seen over towards A. He could have had the bomb. He is pushing Palace. There was a world in which he found it, but not this one. Simon Gaming going to go ahead and get this bomb planted, and Elliot likely just tries to hold on to this AWP.
Yep, that is almost 10 seconds on the clock.
If you're him, you're probably freaking out right now because you're thinking like if they've delayed the bomb plant this long, they are hunting me. They are looking for this kill. He also heard that
T-spawn flash, right?
Yeah. He is terrified right now, man. You must be feeling the pressure.
Just on the edge for the next, 45 seconds.
Yeah, because it's like normally, like you're sat in Palace, it's like 10 or 15, 20 seconds of the bomb timer. You feel quite comfortable, and then you're like, okay, now I need to get ready. But he has just been on high alert this whole time.
He could just take the smoke and just dump it across the map somewhere.
Yeah, just try to give the illusion that he's elsewhere.
I did that once in a poke with Hugo. I just threw one off of Vertigo just over into the A site, if you recall. Didn't know where it landed. Luckily, it landed in the site. You know how nades tend to just fly off the side of that map, so... Anyway, flying we will. It's Simon Gaming flying ahead, 8-3. Harry Russell down on the sidelines with a quick bit of a report, a quick update. Harry, how's it going down there, bud?
Oh, it's going good, Trace. I don't know if you can hear right now, but the mic quality has dropped down quite a lot for this segment now. It's very windy down here on the sidelines. The wind is high in the server, but so is the heat. Simon Gaming, pristine conditions in the server for them today. Thank you very much, Trace.
Yes, thank you so much, Harry. We're going to be checking in with Harry all day long here. Server conditions do continue to be palpable, but of course, Emperor Palpatine himself couldn't stop this one. The force that is Simon Gaming out middle, Hugo.
Yeah, Winstrike, they are back on the buy trace. They've got guns galore, and they've got a double AWP as well. Maybe the solution. I mean, nothing's really worked so far. This has been Simon all over the T side of this map. One AWP up on Cat. He's looking for a kill desperately. Neelan is being loud in lower. Lackey can't find his shot, though. Oh, dear. There it is. What? Mo just jumps up on the side and kills him quick. It doesn't seem like it's even real, but it has happened. It's put Simon a man up temporarily. Elian trading right back, dropping Neelan as well. That's a nice kill from Kristen as the smoke fades, catches Kios. Now the AWP from Mo misses a shot. Those vents always tank the bullets, but it doesn't even connect. So down to that B bomb site with their bomb coming apartments, but they haven't cleared it. And there's a man on the balcony. Oh dear, Mo getting caught by the AWP. Now he's going to go for the repeat. Elian's got the shot. Bonding should have the spray, and he kills them both up in the apartments. 4 rounds, 4 win strike. They will salvage something.
Yes, indeed. Hugo Byron, of course, of Oxford. Now, this being a quarterfinal, of course, when you think about that, when you think about everything that the CIS bracket is without Navi, you know how much hope that probably gives and just really belief it gives to every other team in the bracket?
Yeah, no, and I think that's great, man. Because, you know, it would have been kind of horrible going through the playoffs only to feel like you were just going to lose to Navi at the end, and Navi didn't look that great this event. Not to mention, they're not even here. Now, Mo is in a potentially interesting position there as he gets caught out over towards Catwalk. The rest of his team did fall. Norbert will open up from Ramp. And they try and flash the man out from Palace, but that doesn't really go the way of Simon Gaming. Norbert going to try and go back for this bomb. There's still 1 minute and 10 seconds for him to play with, so plenty of time. And I say that because that's true as of now. So, yeah, plenty of time on the board right now for Norbert. Time is really the only thing he's got, though, as he finds himself all alone in this 1v4.
But is this now is the question that we're asking ourselves, or is it after the fact that Norbert is decapitated? And that's it. Winstrike put a 5th up on the board.
Yeah, Elian's looking really good with this AWP. That certainly bodes well for Winstrike. Krisen as well, 15-9. He's a bit of a talent. Exciting to see him on this roster. Hobbit said he hadn't played with anyone on this team prior in you know, previous teams. I think Chris is definitely one of those Kazakh players that I think many others will know as well, right? Played in Log, played in Avantgarde at one point. And so, you know, maybe there is some level of familiarity there, but maybe not on a team level. Either way. Right now things are working for Winstrike, getting back into the swing of things. Couple of rounds in a row. Simon, though, still with 8 to their name. Nice nade, hits Mo dead on. And Molotov will follow, pushing him out of the chair position. Simon do re-smoke window. Trying to deny any information in the middle for Winstrike. I like that jump from Nealon. He uses the bench to get a view above the connector smoke to see if anyone is inside. Bit of a risk, definitely, but looking for rewards are Simon. Lackey as well, boosted up on the catwalk, will fall off quickly as he gets spotted. And they need to be careful with these double cat setups because an apartments play could come out at any point, and that's why Elian is here. The 3rd man in B, already knowing there's a man tucked in the corner. He's got the shot. Norbert peeks directly into it. I think they both knew about that fight. It was just a bit of a standoff. Hopper getting tagged and Simon trying to split B.
Yeah, I don't know if this is going to work out for Mo.
No, it looks like they've decided against it. Later in the round, that bomb, it goes down through the lower tunnels, but they have lost a man. And Krisen is in a rough spot. Nealon will come in with the trade, but the fact he's able to deal with Mo is pretty huge. Bondic is now given that much more room to come in on this flank. And this leaves Kriaz in a 1v3. He gets the information that there's a player CT. He knows there was a man in ladder room. It's only Elian that he doesn't know the whereabouts of right now. But that 3rd man, that mystery man for Winstrike, could cause Kriaz some problems. He has gotten into the A-bomb site, and he's going to get this planted. Hobbit still in CT, but is low on HP, gets picked up by Kriaz with ease.
Yeah, Hobbit's trying to play safe there. He's trying to play retake with his team because he's already low, but he just dives back into the fight. So that definitely wasn't the